So this week, there's a change of scenery, and I was in Sydney, Australia for a few days. A market often known for outspoken creative, underlined with dashes of humour. Now humour, if you're not sure what I'm on about, check this campaign out.
What you do with your rubbish says a lot about you. Hey Tosser, put it in the bin.
Now on the flight over, I was preparing for the week ahead and I had to write some killer copy that was going to grab everyone's attention. I sat there in the cabin, I flew overnight, hunched over a tiny desk, and I realised coming up with creative copy is a pretty hard task when you don't always have your usual tools available to you. So this week, I want to share with you my top 3 tips for writing killer copy. That's improving your writing skills, whether it's for headlines, concept territories, or creative directions. These tips are going to help you enhance your writing skills so you can start producing head-turning copy. Welcome to the channel. This is the Tomasco project where you will learn how to build your brand and grow your influence. If you're new here, my name's Tom and I'm a marketer with 15 years experience working alongside some of the biggest brands in the world as a client but also a consultant. Now Australia is best in class when we think about innovative creative ideas. There's a lot going on down under and they often tend to bend the rules when it comes to traditional communication. The role of a copywriter is a pretty specialist one, but often we don't have access to them, so we have to create that head-turning copy ourselves. And guess what? It's a pretty hard task to master. So for near enough the past decade, I've been working alongside teams where English is not the first language. And as a native speaker myself, I've realised there's one thing that proves to be the stumbling block when it comes to creative copywriting. It's not the ability to find words themselves, it's the structure required to generate creative and attention-grabbing copy. Now these 3 tips will hopefully allow you a way to rethink the ways in which you structure your wording so you can pack a surprise and give your work that stopping power it deserves. So let's get straight into it. Number 1, use a thesaurus. Now, yes, it's an obvious one, but still I don't see enough people using them. I just mentioned the words themselves are not the main challenge, but often the first word that comes to our head, or even the first solution of our headline, just clouds our judgment and we can't see beyond it. Now, tools like Thesaurus.com play a critical role in the creative process and allows us to expand our vocabulary and offers a springboard for further ideation. Now, I've heard many a creative director ask for shorter, more concise, even punchier headlines. Now, using a thesaurus will allow you to do just that.
Just start a new search and see the options flood in. Select the definition that's most appropriate for your needs and start exploring possible solutions. You can add the site as a bookmark for easy access from your homepage, or if you're somebody who prefers to work off their phone, go ahead and get the app. It's a really useful tool for referencing things mid-meeting, or if you're just struggling to find the words to express yourself.
So number 2, let the music do the talking. Now what am I on about? Well, luckily we live in a world where new content is always trying to grab our attention. And some of the best copywriters of our generation have put their work out there for us all to hear. I'm talking about musicians. They are brilliant at copywriting. Well, whether they write it themselves or not, that's not the point. The point is we should look to songs as a starting point for our inspiration. And when you have an idea of what you want your copy to say, try to establish 1 or 2 key words so you can start searching online for relatable content.
Head over to Spotify and start searching for those keywords. Scroll down the titles or listen to some tracks to find inspiration. I prefer to search by artist and check out their track listings because often I already know some of the lyrics to the songs and I can just refresh my mind and get new ideas. You can also try the discover pages to find new music that may serve as new inspiration for your copywriting needs.
So go ahead, take some tracks and play around with them. Maybe change the tense or add more robust adjectives. It's really up to you. You can save playlists with tracks that provide inspiration or simply save ideas for a later date. And you can do this by project or music genre. Again, it's really up to you. So start bringing this method into your everyday and see the benefits of organizing your ideas online.
I tend to write my ideas down in a notebook, but I also use Evernote. It's a great app to organize my thoughts and capture the lines that really grab my attention. Putting your thoughts down in a notebook, physically or digitally, will really provide an invaluable point of reference for the future.
So number 3, keep it analog. Sometimes your brain simply needs some form of stimulus to unlock its creative side, and physically going through magazines provides us with a way to scan ideas, but also jolt your brain into action. Now this tactile approach means you can also learn from professional writers, but also pick up ideas and find new ways of wordplay which you might have previously overlooked.
The input is key, so look for magazines that are fit for purpose you intend them for. Personally, I refer to publications with a higher quality of writing. I grab a copy of Monocle, it's great for business and lifestyle ideas, but also GQ and August Man are great stimulus in the same category. A slightly different approach is to search for images that you might find useful and their associated captions. Sometimes these image captions and the subheaders are powerful references for inspiration, and they often get overlooked.
Now, these tips are not about copying words directly, but acting as a point of leverage for style and structure. Now, use a combination of all three of these tips to get the most out of your existing style and take your skills to the next level. Now, I do have one bonus tip. I can't talk about copywriting without a special mention to one of the great ECDs. He's always picked me up on something he refers to as a widow. Now, a widow is a single word of a sentence that appears on a new line due to the copy being too long and that word wrapping around to the next line. Now, 2 words on a new line are okay, but never leave one on its own. If you can't rephrase things to get rid of that widow, your copy simply isn't good enough. So there you have it. 3 tips to help you take your writing to the next level. Let me know in the comments below which tips you use on a daily basis. And for more content like this, consider hitting that subscribe button, tapping on those notifications, because I'm creating content around brand building and creativity every week. Until next time, peace!